Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Thought I would do a little unboxing and review of the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Amiibo for you today. These are about a week old. They came out on the 3rd of March, same day the Switch came out and the same day that Breath of the Wild came out. So yeah, I thought these looked great. I really love the look of all of these, and I thought I would just go ahead and open these up. Uh, as I open each one, I'll show you. Like, I love the artwork on the back of the card here. I think it looks really cool. I like to try to save the card, so I'm going to use like a little box cutter to just kind of cut around the edges. If you're a young child watching this, please be careful if you're using something like that to open these. Probably should use some parental supervision. I always caution that. But yeah, each one of these amiibo have different powers in the game. As you can see here, these guys are going to give you some weapons, it looks like. Pretty much each amiibo that you use in Breath of the Wild will summon a chest of some kind that will have various resources, whether it's food, fish, fruit stuff, swords, weapons, things like that. One summons a horse, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I have to go through all these, but I'm going to kind of do these one at a time, and I'll focus on the packaging. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to cut to each one separately, and then we'll take a look at each one. We can get in depth with the packaging and everything. So, first we'll go with the BoBoGlin first. All right, so I think I just called this thing a BoBoGlin or something. I believe it's pronounced BoCobbling. I always want to say Moblin just because that's kind of the name that I grew up with as a kid from like the original Zelda and everything. But it looks like this is officially called a BoCobbling. So there you go. Very cool. I like the look of it. Again, I'm just going to cut along the side here with a little box cutter. Because I like to keep the cards. I know it's kind of silly because they can really add up quick and it's like, hey, where do you keep them? But I really like the artwork on these. Well, I can worry about that later. In any case, let's take him out and put this off to the side. That sounded terrible. I thought something was wrong, but it's just the plastic. So lifting this out, throwing this trash off to the side, we have our look here at the BoCobbling. I like this guy a lot. Really nice detail. The teeth and the tongue, pretty much the entire mouth is so superbly painted. You have kind of shading here on the ears. The eyes are a beautiful blue color. I mean, this guy's just really painted fantastically. Amiibo always does a pretty excellent job with the detailing and the paint, I have to say. That is one thing. These are a little bit more expensive. Amiibo typically used to be about $12.99. All of the Breath of the Wild ones, with the exception of the Guardian, are $15.99, with the Guardian being $19.99. But he's huge. But they do a really nice job with the paint and the detail. Even on the club. I mean, the club has nice texture. It looks like it could be wood. It's really, really well done. So I think this guy is fantastic. Next up we have Archer Link. Really nice artwork as well. I like the look of this guy a lot. Taking a look on the back, it says score rare weapons to help you on your adventure. I'm assuming you get this bow. I think that's why it's featured. That would make sense with him being an archer. I think it's funny that the Switch hasn't made it to the back of the packaging. Still just shows Wii U and 3DS. I'm sure it will eventually. Some people also might notice that the front of these are different. They have the kind of big red Nintendo symbol. And I think that's because red's kind of the official, unofficial color of the Switch as far as all the packaging goes. The logo itself is red. So I think they're kind of moving into that just to kind of be a little consistent. Going ahead and just cutting along the plastic here. Take this out, put this off to the side. Now it looks like his bow arm is tied in, so be careful of that when you're opening this, because I didn't even see that at first and I almost went to grab it and pull it out. So we'll try to feed this through. Come on. Alright, I guess I can actually just leave it there and pull this back around. There we go. And Link has been freed. So taking a close look at this one, I like this a lot. I know in this game he's kind of getting away from the traditional green tunic, but I really like the sky blue color. I think it looks fantastic. The detail on the shield is really nice as well, with the two snakes. And I kind of like having the quiver down here as opposed to up top. And you can see the sword in the sheath back here as well. Again, really nice detailing and paint. I mean, Link's head looks fantastic. The bow and arrow looks really nice. I like this a lot. And I guess this is like a cloud of dust. Or maybe, I'm not really quite sure, but they needed some kind of base for him to be in this position. I think it's nice. Instead of just the kind of weird clear sticks like they used to use for the Smash Brothers line, this kind of makes sense and it looks nice. Really great job. I mean, let's just close in real quick on the face detailing. I mean, that's really well done. The eyes are painted beautifully. I can understand why these are a little bit more expensive than your typical Amiibo, because it really does seem like a lot of care as far as detailing and paint were put into these. This looks fantastic. Alright, next up we have Zelda. Again, pretty nice artwork here on the back. This looks like you're going to get a really nice shield. Very cool there. Opening this up. There we go. Alright, she doesn't have any ties or anything. She's probably the easiest to get out of the packaging just because she's, you know, in a normal standing pose. But she looks really nice as well. Again, not kind of a traditional look for Zelda. Usually they put her in some kind of pink or light gray dress, something like that. But really nice. I mean, you can even see they did some paint to shade on the hair to give it a little bit of depth, which looks really nice. Her boots are nicely detailed. I believe she's holding a Sheikah slate. Not a lot of detail on that, but still looks nice. And her outfit looks very nice as well. So overall, another really nice Amiibo. She's in a kind of conservative stance, but I think it makes sense. I like this one a lot. And then last up for the kind of normal sized Amiibo, we have the Rider version of Link. It looks here like you might even get to call... Oh no, it's not the horse. It looks like a saddle and a sword, maybe? But that looks pretty cool. I like the look of that sword a lot. Really cool. I love the look of that horse. So let's go ahead and pop this open. No ties or anything on this one. I think it was just the archer because of how his arm was out. So put that off to the side. And then here we go. Again, the detail, the shading, the paint job on this horse is absolutely fantastic. You can see all the detail and coloring on the saddle. You have the shield down here. Detailing on the back of his cloak. Now, they did put a stand in, but it's clear and it doesn't look too ridiculous or anything. I think they did a good job with that. The sword looks great. I mean, this is just another really cool, fantastically detailed and painted Amiibo. You can see his Sheikah slate down here. Even has all the detailing on it. And the paint's very sharp. Everything is really expertly painted. I love the look of this guy. He looks fantastic. And of course, last, but by no means least, we have the big, giant Guardian. I would say with the exception of Mega Yarn Yoshi, this is probably the largest Amiibo we've had with like a normal base. Looks like you get some really quality weapons every time you put this guy down. Wow, it says the legs are fully adjustable. I did not know that. That's fantastic. We're definitely going to have to take a look at that. So you can see this box is just completely massive. I mean, look how huge this is. It's nuts. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this open. I have to be really careful with this. I feel like I'm gonna, because it's so large, I'm gonna have trouble opening it. Again, always be very careful. And we know it's just a box cutter, but you should still always be careful. And if you're not sure, ask someone to help you. No shame in that. Alright, I think we have this open. Put this off to the side. All this packaging. So it even kind of has like a little scene here. I'm going to try to just pop this back. Shouldn't be a problem. And then, how do we have this in here? Maybe move the little scene out of the way. Oh, I'm really afraid I'm going to break this. And I really don't want to. Okay, this is a little weird. It's got like some tears. Oh, okay. Or it can just fall right out. That's one way to do it. Seems to have survived. The Guardians are tougher than that. Alright, so we can get all this packaging and everything out of the way. Take an actual close look up here at the Guardian itself. So it says that the legs are movable. Yeah, I guess they are. They feel like they have wire inside. Like a very simple, soft plastic with just like a wire inside. Kind of like simple bendy toys. I don't know how much I want to move that around. Just because, you know, I'm paranoid I'm going to break it. I'm sure they're not going to break. But if you bend them back and forth too much, it could get weak. You can see the base under here. You almost can't see it because it's so huge. But again, the detail, the paint, really well done. You can see the kind of pink energy coursing through it, lighting it up. It's really neat. I can understand why it's a larger, more expensive Amiibo. The fact that it has the bendable arms, I think, is really cool. And just to bring in someone like Zelda for a size comparison, you can see that it's definitely, I mean, it's about the same height, but it's definitely more mass. It's wider. It's definitely heavier for sure. And I love the fact that you can actually move the arms and they'll stay. Because they have that kind of little bit, it must be like a little bit of wire inside. That is really fantastic. That is incredibly well done. I don't know. He might be my favorite, but it's kind of hard. They're all really good. But the fact that you can pose his legs is a really nice feature. All 5 of these are absolutely fantastic. At first, when I found out they were a little bit more expensive than the normal Amiibo price, I was a little put off by that. But you can find some good sales out there. I got these at Target right now. They're having a buy 2, get 1 free sale. Obviously, they're going to charge you for the most expensive one, but I got at least 2 of these free. They're definitely worth it. There was a lot of extra love. There was a lot of extra detail and paint put into these. They're beautifully constructed. I mean, every single one of them has absolutely minute details painted beautifully. No smudges. Everything's crisp. Everything looks fantastic. So I can understand now, having them in hand, why they are a little bit more expensive than normal Amiibo. I don't know if this is necessarily going to be the new standard Amiibo price, or if just these were a little bit more expensive because to kick off the Switch and to kick off this immersive, massive Zelda game, they wanted to put out a couple of Amiibo that are just so beautifully detailed and definitely worthy of this fantastic game. So I wouldn't be surprised if the next, set of Amiibo are a little bit back to normal, kind of a little bit less painted, but, back at that normal price. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not really sure. But these are worth the extra money, in my opinion. They really, really are. They're beautifully painted. They look fantastic. And they're going to get me a lot of awesome stuff in Breath of the Wild. I can't wait to pop them in the game and get tricked out with all the new weapons and gear and meat and fish and food and all this kind of stuff you can really use in the game. So If you have Breath of the Wild, I think these are absolutely worth picking up. If you're just an Amiibo collector and you don't really get all the games, I still think they're worth picking up because as figurines, they are fantastically done. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd like to hear your opinions. Please like and share this video, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I have to say, I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing and look at these Breath of the Wild Amiibo, because I certainly have. They are absolutely beautiful. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.